David here with Figboot on Pens. Today I don't have a review for you. I wanted to talk a bit about a different subject. I would have liked to get this out last week, but I was traveling. I almost recorded this while sitting on the beach, but then I thought that it might be a bit distracting and take away from the subject matter, which I feel is very important. Recently, Matt Armstrong of the Pen Habit has announced that he will be stepping away from his channel and will no longer be doing reviews. I wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about that. I've been in touch with Matt over the years, and we talk on occasion, and this wasn't necessarily a surprise. It is something that he's thought about for quite some time, so it wasn't a rash decision on his part. And while you know that something is potentially coming, it's still a bit of a shock to the system when the time finally arrives. When I started out in this hobby, I devoured Matt's videos. I would not be surprised if I hadn't watched every single one of them. He has provided great commentary and insight and was very informative. He is a great presenter. Beside the content, what really made Matt stand out was his production quality. It is truly unmatched by anyone else doing this type of thing. The production quality he brought to the table was something really to aspire to the point where I knew it was almost impossible for me to reach that level of quality. His equipment, his setup, the multi-camera angles, the perfect audio quality, it was all top class. He even composed and played his own music. Matt was a big inspiration in me taking the step to create my own content. He has always been very supportive. I would ask him review questions or technical questions from time to time, more about the production aspects of our channels and his website, and he was always willing to hand out some sage advice. When I first started my channel, I had set some goals for myself, and one of those goals was to be asked to do a joint video or appear on someone else's channel. And when Matt asked me to do a joint video a couple of years ago, it really meant a great deal to me. The exposure to a larger audience was nice, but it was more about measuring how I was doing with my own channel and, as an indication that I was doing something worthwhile in regard to producing decent content. And if I wasn't doing that, then no one else would want me to appear on their channel. Over time, we ended up doing a couple of videos together, and they were a lot of fun. But I really appreciate that initial invite of him having me on his channel. I was a bit nervous going to my first DC Pen show. I had been to the one in Raleigh a couple of times, but this was DC. All I heard about for months was folks talking about how amazing the DC show was, and I will admit, I was a bit intimidated. I walked into the show, and if you were ever at the old hotel where the DC show took place, you'll know what I'm talking about, but there was an atrium as soon as you walked in. And I was probably at the show for about 2 minutes when I see Matt. I walked up and we talked for a while, and while we were standing there, someone came up to Matt and said to him, "Hey, I know you," and asked if he could get a picture with Matt. And of course Matt said yes, and I took their picture. And before leaving, the gentleman then turned to me and asked, "Oh, and I know you too," and asked for a picture with me as well. And that was the first time that someone at a show had wanted to talk to me or wanted to take my picture. So it made me feel very nice. Now, who knows, but I think the guy was just being nice to me since he really came over to see Matt, and I was the pity picture. But I'll take it, though. Again, it wasn't that I had a deep desire to be recognized by folks or at a show. It was, just like being a guest on Matt's channel, it was kind of like a leading indicator of how well I was doing with my own channel. I wanted to produce content entertaining enough for folks to want to stop me and say hi. But that gesture by that gentleman was special to me, and I have a feeling that Matt being there had something greatly to do with that. Now, I can understand Matt's reasoning for taking a step back. I can understand getting burnt out in this hobby, and especially with creating content. The time you need to invest to create quality content is significant, and there are times that this is a lot of fun and enjoyable, and there's times when it can be more of a chore, and no one invested more time in his production than Matt. Can I imagine stopping this one day myself? Sure, but I'm not even close to that right now. I still have tons of ideas, and I'm having a lot of fun not only producing these reviews, but interacting with the community. So I wanted to take the time to say thank you to Matt publicly. Matt's meant a lot to this community, and his lasting contributions have made it a better place. He's made a positive impact not only on me personally, but countless others as well. Honestly, if it wasn't for him and Stephen Brown and even Brian Goulet doing what they do, then I would not be doing this myself. And Matt's willingness to always be supportive and help others is one of the reasons that I try to do the same to other content creators just getting their start as well. So in the end, this is not a eulogy, maybe for the content on his channel, or new content rather, but not for the man. I'll still harass him over email every so often, and even though he's not going to be posting any new pen videos, his channel will probably still get more views than mine, and I'm okay with that because he deserves it. So thanks, Matt. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.